let's talk bonuses in the Marine Corps. Right now, cold off the press. I say cold because this has been out since April, but we're going to go over the fiscal year, which is FY26 bonuses for the Marine Corps. Now, these are not initial enlistment bonuses. So if you're brand new, you're just joining the Marine Corps, you're going in and talking to a recruiter, and you're trying to enlist, this right here does not apply to you. This applies to Marines who are already in the Marine Corps who are up for re-enlistment, whether it's your first re-enlistment, second, third, fourth, and beyond. This is for you. Any other enlistment bonuses from the initial enlistment into the Marine Corps, that's going to go through your recruiter. Each RSS, no matter where you are, they're going to have that. So if you're interested in those type of bonuses, I can make a video separately from this, but this applies to Marines and the Marine Corps today. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start talking about the bonuses. Yes, they exist. Yes, the Marine Corps has bonuses. Unlike other branches, we don't plaster them all over the place saying bonus, bonus, bonus. With Air Force and Army and Navy, they're talking about bonuses left and right. They're incentivizing people with money and whatnot. We do the same thing. We're just more subtle about it, and we publish these things called MARADMINs, and we don't put them online and kind of gloat about them like other people do. But with that, I'm going to hop into this. And for those interested, this is MARADMIN number 191/25. So if you want to follow anything that I'm mentioning today, go ahead and check out that MARADMIN on marines.mil. So this is the bonus MARADMIN we're talking about right now. So Marines with an expiration of current contract, or ECC, from 1 October 2025, so this year through September 30th, 2026, are encouraged to review the contents of this MARADMIN. So this is what's going to apply to you. This is FY26. Right now we're in 2025, but on October 1st, now we're going to fiscal year 2026. So if you're up for reenlistment for October 1st and beyond, this will apply to you. If your EAS is this year, let's say September 30th to now, you're going to go off the FY25 MARADMIN, not this. Eligibility, okay? First and foremost, Marines who reenlist after 16 April 2025 are eligible for the FY26 Select Retention Bonus, all right? Eligibility includes any regular component first-term Marine, so that's you on your first 4 years, or career Marine. Anyone that served more than one enlistment is a career Marine with an ECC, which is the end of current contract, from 1 October 2025 through September 30th, 2026. Now, they have bonuses, which we're talking about right now. They also have kickers, which are things in addition to a bonus. So it's like, hey, here's your bonus for your MOS, but we're also going to give you some extra money for certain things that the Marine Corps wants to incentivize, which I'll cover here as well. So if you hear kicker, it's in addition to a bonus. If you hear a bonus, it's just that, but you can also get both. So you get a bonus plus a kicker, which it's not too bad, but it's not for free. The Marine Corps will always want something in return, so just keep that in mind. Now, let's go and talk about the kickers real quick. Again, these are in addition to the bonuses you can receive. Aircraft maintenance kicker, $14,000, staff sergeant and below. Aircraft readiness kicker, $24,000, E6 and below. 72-month lateral move kicker, $40,000, E5 and below. 72-month mid-career lat move kicker, $35,000, E7 and below. 96-month lat move kicker, that is a long time, ladies and gentlemen. 80,000, not bad, but that's a lot of years. What's 96 month? Go ahead and think about that just for a second. 24-month infantry kicker, 13,000. 36-month infantry kicker, 30,000. Those are both for E5 and below. Not too bad. Now again, the rest of this, it goes in and it talks about the specific MOSs. I'm going to highlight just one so you kind of see what I'm talking about. Aircraft readiness kicker, staff sergeants and below. It covers the 6100 MOS, 62, 63, 6531, so on and so forth. Every MOS has various MOSs within the field. I'm not going to cover all of them right now because again, that would take forever, but you kind of get the point. The 72-month lat move kicker. This is for Zone A Marine, so that's first term reenlisters. This goes to 0211, 0321, 0372, 1721, 1751, 2336, 3044, 5821, 5955, 5974, 5979, 6214, 6314, 7212, and 7257. Those will have the ability to earn a $40,000 incentive in addition to their PMOS, their primary MOS bonus. So again, 72 months, you get an extra 40 grand on top of whatever your current MOS bonus is. It's a lot of money. It's not bad, but again, keep in mind, everything does come at a price, which is time and service and more time on your contract. Next, 72-month mid-career lat move kicker. This is for zones B And for zones C, which I'll cover the zones in a minute because you have A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. The lower the letter, the longer you've been in, the higher the letter, the less amount of time you've been in, just for reference for those who are wondering. That's for zones B and C, which is for the 0211 MOS and the 8412 MOS, which is Career Recruiter. Will be given the opportunity to reenlist with a lateral move for 72 months and a kicker. Marines who execute a lateral move into one of these MOSs for 72 months will receive $35,000 in addition to the bonus listed on this MARADMIN. And then you have the 96-month lat move kicker, which is crazy. I don't know who would do this. If you do that 96-month lat move kicker, let me know why you did it. That's crazy. I mean, 80 grand's a lot of money, but that's a long time. If you're staying in for the long run, hey, get that money. If you're not, if you're unsure about your job, just keep that in mind, because if you take the bonus and you try to leave before you serve your time, that money's got to come from somewhere, and it's coming back from you. That 96-month lat move bonus applies to 0211, 0321, 0372, 1721, 1751, 2336, 3044, 5821, 5955, 5974, 5979, 61 or 6214, 6314, and 7257. So if you realize it's not all MOSs, not every MOS has a bonus, not every MOS has a kicker or something associated with that. Typically, the MOSs that are hurting more than others are going to offer more bonuses and incentives over those who are doing well. It just makes sense. If you have a healthy MOS and an MOS that everybody wants to be in, i.e., crash, fire, rescue, a lot of aviation jobs that are super desirable, there's less bonuses and less opportunities for bonuses or kickers because that MOS is good. It's typically the ones who are harder to fill. It's typically the ones that are lacking personnel in the fleet or individuals to fill the ranks. So they're going to incentivize you by giving you more money through a bonus or a kicker to retain you or to get you to lateral move into that MOS that needs you. So keep that in mind. If you didn't hear your MOS and you don't get a bonus, it's probably because your MOS is doing good. Now you have the Fleet Marine Force Infantry kicker for obviously your 03s, 11s, 13s, 21s, 31s, 41s, and 52s. These are for E5 and below. You reenlist for 48 months and you get an additional $13,000 kicker. Not bad. If you plan on reenlisting anyways, it's not a bad move. Go ahead and get that money. Same thing for the 36-month for first term 0311s, 13s, 21s, 31s, 41s, and 52s. Sergeants and below, if they reenlist for 48 months of additional service, they will get a $30,000 kicker. Again, not bad for something you already plan on doing anyway. So again, just keep that in mind. Now, we're going to go over the zones and what they mean. All right, so you have your PMOS, which is your primary military occupation specialty, bonus eligibility. So bonus payments are limited to one payment per zone. So what that means is Marines who already hold a PMOS with a lat move designator and are in zones A through C will rate the PMOS bonus listed below. Additionally, lat move bonuses payouts will only be authorized for those MOSs designated with an LM, which is for lateral move, by zone. So now we're going to talk about the different zones. Like I mentioned before, there's zones A through like G. There's a lot of different zones. For the lower the zone, the more time you've been in the Marine Corps. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to read off every MOS because, again, this is a lot of papers here to go through. I'm just going to highlight some of the big ones. But for Zone A, these are for Marines who have been on active duty between 17 months and 6 years. Again, these are first-term Marines. Okay, you have bonuses for E3s, which are Lance Corporals, E4s, which are Corporals, and E5 and above, which are Sergeants. So, for instance, I'm going to highlight some of the big ones. 0211, you lat move into counter intel, you're getting $65,000 as a sergeant. Not bad. 0241, more intel, $33,000. 0321, lat move, that's recon. Tons of people want recon. This is your chance. You're a sergeant, you're getting 60 grand. You're a corporal, you're getting 57,500. You're a lance corporal, a hard charger, you're getting $43,500 to do a 0321 lat move, which is into the recon MOS, which 90% of people I talk to want that anyway. So here's your chance to get that MOS and get that money at the same time. The rest of these are between 15 and 20,000. Again, not bad, but not as high. Let's see, going down 6694. I don't know every single MOS, so I'm not even gonna pretend that I do. But look up 6694. That's if you're in the MOS. That's not a lateral move bonus, and you're getting $50,000 to stay in. Not bad. Now let's cover some lat moves real quick. 6214 lat move, 20,000. 6258 lat move, 37,000. 6258 lat move, 38,000. 6314, $20,000 lat move bonus. Again, not bad. And then 7316 a lat move, 34,000. That's all for first term Marines Zone A, which would probably be the highest because, again, the Marine Corps is trying to retain these Marines instead of them getting out and doing something else. So by doing so, here's some money, stay in, or switch jobs, come work with us, and we'll pay you at the same time. Next, Zone B, Marines between 6 to 10 years of service. Again, 0211 lat move, 53,000, not bad. If you're just a regular 0231, $32,400. I see some big numbers. 7257, 67,500. And then, well, that's about it for the big numbers. There's obviously more in here, but those are the big numbers for Zone B. Zone C, 10 to 14 years. Again, you stay in the Marine Corps longer. Not every job has bonuses, but they do exist even when you are in the Marine Corps longer than a first or second term. This is between 10 and 14 years. 0 to 11. For gunnies and above, we're looking at 40,000. Staff sergeants, 35,000. 0321 recon, you're a gunny and above, you're getting 45,000. You're a E5 and below, I'm sorry, you're E6, you're getting 42,000. Not bad. 0372 MARSOC, right? Operators, 45,000, 42,000. Keep on going. 1721, 1751, 1799, you're getting 53K for staying in. And then let's see. And that's about it for Zone C. Zone D, 14 to 18 years. This is E7 and above. 21s, 0321s, 45,000. 0372 MARSOC, 45,000. 1795, 1799s, 20,000 each. 2336, 35,000. 8412 career recruiters, 35,000. Zone E, 18 to 20 years. 0372, this is for E8 and above, which is Master Sergeant, 55,000. 1795, 45,000. 1799, 40,000. 8412, 40,000. Zone F, 20 to 24 years. Yes, there's even bonuses for 20 years in the Marine Corps to stay in, which is crazy if you think about it. 0372, Master Sergeant above, 55,000. 1795, 55,000. 1799, 40,000. 8412, 45,000. Zone G, 24 to 28 years in the Marine Corps. They're still handing out bonuses. This is actually crazy. 0372, Master Sergeant and above, $50,000. 1795, which I don't know what that is. I need to look it up because I've seen it a lot. $50,000. 8412, career recruiter, $45,000. So again, you can be in the Marine Corps between 24 to 28 years in certain MOSs and still get a bonus, which is insane. But I'm for it. And I think if the Marine Corps is giving out, you plan on staying in, doing 30 years, get the money. Get the bonus, stay in. And if you love it, do it. I got no problems with that at all. Now, here is the kicker out of everything I just said. So made it this far. This is probably one of the most important things I'm going to say. Marines who fail to complete required lateral move PMOS training will be redesignated or administratively separated according to the needs of the Marine Corps and will receive no bonus, even if the PMOS the Marine is reclassified into is eligible to receive one. So if you try to lat move into recon and you fail the school, the Marine Corps is going to put you where they want you to be, which is needs of the Marine Corps, or they're going to kick you out, which I can't see them doing that. It's most likely needs of the Marine Corps. Now let's say you tried recon, you didn't make it, and you try to go to 1795, and they have a $50,000 bonus. Guess what? You don't get it because the Marine Corps placed you there. You didn't choose that, so you miss out on that completely. So again, keep that in mind. Needs of the Marine Corps will always prevail if you fail to meet the standard that the Marine Corps has set. So keep that in mind. Next, bonus payments for lateral moves will not be made at the time of reenlistment, but upon successful completion of MOS training and subsequent award of that MOS. So just because you're in recon school and you sign the lat move and whatnot, you don't get the money until after you graduate the school and earn the MOS, okay? You have to earn the MOS to get the money, because if you drop out or you fail and they paid you early, now you got to pay that money back. So just to mitigate all of that, once you graduate, here's your money, and now you're good to go, which again, I'm for, because imagine how many people get paid bonuses prematurely or early who fail out and they spend it then they got to pay it back, and now it's just a weird situation because Uncle Sam always wants his money back. And if you went ahead and bought that Camaro that you weren't supposed to, well, now you got to pay him back, and well, that just kind of sucks. Now, here's another pro tip real quick. In the Marine Corps, a lot of people, they don't realize that you don't have to re-enlist for 4 years. You can re-enlist for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, or 5 years, okay? Those actually exist. I did a 2-year re-enlistment. Crazy. Now, the thing is, my MOS at the time had a bonus, but that bonus is only good, and everything I just said is only good if Marines execute a 48-month minimum re-enlistment. So if it's a 5-year, you get the money. If it's a 4-year, you get the money. You re-enlist for 3 years, you don't get paid. You re-enlist for 2 years, you don't get paid either. So again, if you plan on staying in and that bonus is important, it must be at least a minimum 4-year re-enlistment to get the bonuses that I just covered right now. Anything less than that, the bonuses don't apply. You can re-enlist, you can stay in that MOS, you just won't get the money for it. So keep that in mind. Finally, wrapping this whole thing up, this video is longer than anything I made before, but wrapping this whole thing up, when it comes to bonuses, you can get bonuses throughout your entire career in certain MOSs. They just give out bonuses left and right. And again, I think it's cool. I've never been in that. I've never been in an MOS that does that, but there's a lot that are out there that exist. But here's a tip. SRB payment caps. So bonus payment caps. No Marine will exceed $360,000 in their career when it comes to bonuses. So that means if you reenlist your first reenlistment, you get $100,000 just using whole numbers. You reenlist again 4 years later for another $100,000. You reenlist again for a third time for $100,000. That's $300,000. Guess what? If you try to reenlist for a fourth time for another $100,000, you cannot because it has exceeded that $360,000 cap. So once you reach that, which again, I've never met someone that has, but if that's you, let me know. That's awesome. You are no longer eligible to receive any bonuses, but let's be real. At that point, you've probably got all the bonuses you ever need. And I think you're probably good and you're probably set at that point. But that's just the cherry on top to wrap this up. So that's bonuses in a nutshell. I just read off an entire 8-page MARADMIN. So if you made it this far, like, comment, share this video. If you're eligible for a bonus and you re-enlist in the time frame, go get that money, stay in the Marine Corps, do good things, semper fi, hoorah, and yeah, like, comment, share, give this bonus, give this to someone who's up for re-enlistment, see if they qualify, and talk to you guys next time.